Hi guys, what is codependency and how to break free of it? In this video, I'm going to talk about what is codependency, and also I want you to join me for a free live training if this speaks to you. I want you to think of codependency as a way of how you behave in relationships, right? Where maybe you persistently prioritize someone over yourself constantly, or you access your mood by how they show up with you in the relationship. So if they aren't living up to your expectations on how you want to be loved, seen, nurtured, because of the expectations that are coming from possible limiting beliefs, lack of self-confidence, lack of self-worth, lack of self-esteem, then we start to get triggered and think, is our partner cheating on us? Do they really love us? And then sometimes we can also go into this controlling behavior where we're expecting our partner to do and say certain things. And if they don't, that means that they don't love us. And so a lot of these codependent behaviors can come from past traumas, toxicity, and so much. And a lot of times in my community of men, and I love all of you and thanks for joining me, is you get scared of being needy. How common is that? Like, needy is like the word most men are like, oh, cringe, I don't want to hear it, right? And the reason is because if you think of neediness, I was thinking about this morning. If you think of neediness, what is fearful in neediness? For you to be seen as weak at times, right? So codependents are also traits that are often masked by controlling. So guys, if you are just tuning in for the first time, my name is Apollonia Ponti. I'm a dating, relationship, and life coach for men, and I help them get real results and attract high quality women into their life. And now I want you to just subscribe, obviously, if this is your first time visiting, and this is a video that I do differently than all my other videos here on YouTube. So definitely continue to watch. With that said, when we go into codependent traits, it leads us with disconnection from your needs and your desires, and also disconnection from your partner's needs and desires, because we're living off an expectation or a need of unfulfillment. So codependency also really promotes unhealthy relationship dynamics. And this is where we can get into maybe choosing the wrong partner. So a lot of times codependents go after avoidant people that are not ready for a relationship because it's confirmation bias about their abandonment or something that they've gone through in trauma. Also too, it affects your self-worth overall, right? It affects our well-being. As humans, we're allowed to feel happy, but also as humans, we're allowed to feel sad. But we're also have a huge responsibility of what situations do we put ourselves in to continue this behavior of happiness or sadness, right? And so it's about awareness and doing the work and the discovery, and that's why I'm here to help you. A lot of times when we're codependent, we might often describe our loved ones as making excuses for them, or, oh, she's just busy, or, she's just having a hard time, or she's just gone through this divorce, or she's not ready, but, she still loves me and I'm going to wait it through. And this is really, really, really important in your belief system as well. And so you think that you're protecting the other person, but unfortunately what you're doing is you're reaping the consequences because you're not being, honest with your true intentions of what you want. So what's happening here is you're diminishing your intentions, you're diminishing your word, you're diminishing your worth, and you're diminishing your needs. So if you as a person is diminishing your own needs, what makes you think that you're able to show the partner what you need from them, right? And so when we get into codependency, what I've noticed in patterns in my coaching, and also too in our membership, and talking to men openly about this in our membership community, and some that have overcome it, worked with us, and some that they see it in friends, and so on. I used to suffer big time from codependency, and that's why I love talking about this and really giving you real results, is because you'll notice some behaviors, they come from like self-sacrifices, right? You have to self-sacrifice because generally you have to prove your love, because love means sacrifice. So oftentimes you'll see your romantic relationships are blended into a human experience, into your human reality from your romantic relationships when you were a child. So if you felt like you had to sacrifice a lot as a child, or you obviously didn't want to sacrifice, but you had no other choice. Maybe there were some sacrifices that you had to made early on in your developmental stages, right? You tend to focus on others besides yourself. You have difficulty recognizing your own emotions or expressing your own emotions. And like I said, you have a need to control. And this definitely fuels conflict. And then you get confused because you're like, but I love this person, but your intentions, your reaction, your behaviors is I'm controlling this person so they can love me. But then when you control and they get often mad and it gets toxic, you're like, but I love you. And this is what you should be doing, because we have so much layers of expectations that we haven't diminished and brought down in order to see ourselves. So typically when we have signs of codependency, and I want you to really take this in and see if you have any of these signs of codependency. You have a habit of making decisions for others to try to basically manage their love. So basically what happens is you'll give a lot, or you'll make a decision for your girlfriend because of the fact that you know that if she was to travel with her girlfriends tomorrow, she might find another guy, you're thinking. So you manage what you really want her to do. You don't want her to travel because you try to conclude it. So this is also a process of control. You have a tendency to minimize or ignore your own desires, like I stated. You avoid conflict from time to time, and you just come into the people-pleasing aspect of it, and you just hunch on to the woman, and you're just like, if I just make this even keel and I don't say anything and I don't have an agreement, she'll fall in love with me. The worst thing any partners can say is we never argue, right? We never have disagreements. That is like a big red flag, because if it's humans, we have our own experiences in life. We are allowed to have disagreements, because if we don't, what makes us draw us closer to a person or a partner? Think of it. When you had a disagreement with a family member or a mother or father or brother, afterwards, when you made up and you got to a compromise, you guys felt closer, right? And you elevated in your relationship with one another. Maybe you have a tendency to over apologize or blame the other, or over apologize to keep the peace. That fits in there as well. You have problems with self-worth, and you don't have standards for the life or the woman that you choose. You just want to feel loved, and you'll settle for anything just to feel that love and the attention that you're desiring and craving. And then you have a deep-seated need, I should say, for approval of others, right? And so the next thing is, when we're codependent with our emotions, is you have a huge feeling of guilt and anxiety when when you're doing something for yourself, right? When you're not kind to yourself. You know how many clients that I've talked to in my past that, man, they just were so mean to themselves. And I was like, you're not even hearing how not nice you are to yourself. And this comes from codependency, because it stems from unworthiness. So guys, if you want to have those blossoming relationships, if you want to attract high quality women, if you want to work on becoming better as a human and overcoming codependency, overcoming the need that you need to control something, increasing your self-worth, getting rid of the deep-seated need for approval, getting rid of guilt and anxiety when you're doing something for yourself, or having the need to control, or having the need to avoid conflict, then I want you to join me, because I'm hosting a free live masterclass all about this. It's not hosted anywhere else but in this free live masterclass area. I'm going to put the link below. It's completely free. Save your seat. It's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursday, May 5th. This week, this Thursday, is the free live masterclass with me. It will be live. You will have a Q&A segment as well. This is going to be an hour segment, about 30 to 45 minutes. I will be going into the masterclass all about breaking free of your codependency, getting better relationships in your life, and giving you stuff that you can walk away with and actually be able to put it into play the following day. So you can continue to release this codependency and break free of it, because my goal for you is to get and attract your dream woman, that high quality woman, and that high quality relationship, most importantly, with yourself. Guys, I hope to see you on Thursday for this free live masterclass with me. I will be live, and I will also be taking a Q&A at the end. I love every single one of you. Remember, you are always loved, and this is why I do this, because I want to continue to help you guys in getting and maximizing your life and your relationships with women. This is your time, guys. Sign up for this free live masterclass. I will see you there. It's completely free. The link is below in the description box. Sign up. Once you do, comment below. Tell me you signed up, and I will see you there on Thursday. Much love to you, and see you soon.